But yes, you're correct. We're not keeping first-time buyers out of the market, but you can find yourself up against them. But realistically, we're in totally different markets,
Yeah.
mainly because of financing.
Yeah, and those are the ones you track for that reason. Okay. So when you are another hack for me is when you are negotiating with an agent. Okay. Often if you put a lowball offer in, particularly over the phone, what's going to happen? You put the offer in, and the agent go, okay, I'll take that to client. You know that they're going to put the phone down, go off, make a cup of tea, come back 5 minutes later, ring you up, go, no, they haven't accepted that. You're going to need to come up a bit. Okay. And your instinctive reaction for a lot of beginners out there, I think, would be to immediately increase your offer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because they listen to the agent and they believe, oh, the agent said the vendor's not going to accept anything but blah, so
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pay blah.
Yeah.
And then they're being dictated to by an agent as opposed to, well, what number does the deal work at?
Yeah. So this is where you've got to hold firm and take all the emotion out of it, right? And this comes from one of the other things we'll probably talk about in a future episode is volume. You're not, if you ever find yourself just putting one offer in and hanging back and waiting for this offer, then that's not what we teach you to do.
Yeah.
Okay. You should have multiple offers at any one time. So you take all the emotion out of it, and if the agent does that to me, they come back and they say, right, you need to come up. I'll say, well, sorry, that is my number. Yeah, my offer is that. That's where I'm at. Here's the cash though, right? I was sending you my proof of funds. There's my proof of funds. If they want the deal done in 4 to 6 weeks, then that's my number.
Yeah.
Okay. So then the agent is probably then going to pick up the phone to the client and come back, and they'll do it properly. And then they might come back. So let's pluck some numbers out the air. Let's say you offer 80 grand on property and the vendor wants 95. Yeah. So you're at 80, they want 95. Right. But your real number that you can go to is maybe 83.
Yeah.
Okay. So they might come back in. No, it's got to start with a 9 at least. So they want to come down. They've already come down from 95 to 90. So they know they'll take something with a 9. And what they want you to do is kind of meet halfway, maybe. But you don't meet halfway. You go up maybe 250 quid. So you go, well, I was at 80. Like an absolute, if I'm really squeezing, like I'd maybe like get to 80, 250. So immediately you're just kind of resetting the bar that, look, I'm not going to meet you halfway. I will come up a little bit, but I can't do any more than that. And I'm really squeezing everything out of it. And then the ball's back in their court. So it's basically you want them coming down more than you're going up. So you don't ever meet halfway. You might meet 15% of the way, maybe.
I'm sure there's Scottish blood in you going up by 250 quid. Gee whiz.
That was a bit tight, wasn't it?
That was really tight.
I've been living up here too long.
That's very, very Scottish.
Yeah, but the point is, don't. But on the back of that as well, if you know that a deal could be done at a certain number, don't miss out on it for a couple hundred quid. This actually happened on. I mentioned what I did a few years ago. I'm not going to mention his names. He might listen, but he'll know who he is.
He does listen. He does listen.
Right, he'll know who he is. We're out over in Glasgow, and I was working with this lovely guy who started off his day one. I mentioned he used to work in a bank, and he was in his suit. And I was like, get that tie off immediately. Right, we're not anyway. But anyway, so we did the mentorship, and we got some really good deals, and he was putting an offer in on one, and I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but it was something like he was offering 65,000, and he went in at maybe 58,950 or something like that, and the agent came back and said, look, it's got to start with a 6. And he went, okay, all right, and just said, well, I'll think about it and come back later. And then this was the property that a lot of people were viewing, but we'd done everything. We'd put the offer in, backed up with cash. We'd sold ourselves really well. They came for the phone and said, right, okay, well, we offered 58,950, and they said it's got to start with 6. So, you let that go. It's like, well, yeah. I said, well, look, starting with a 6 is like 60. That's 150 quid off. So, do you really want to miss this deal for 150 quid? It was like, oh, yeah, better not. So he basically rang back straight away. Went, okay, if I went to 60, would they take it? They went, yeah. He went, okay, and got it off the table at 60. So it's like, don't miss out on something for the sake of a couple hundred quid. Basically, is that point.
But those situations are rare. I would say the more common play is that our students, when they're starting out, is they overpay.
Yeah.
They're just so desperate to get a deal done that, oh well, it's an extra 5 grand. Okay, I can swallow that. Right, let's just get it done. I just need to get it done. That, is a slippery slope. And if you start to loosen the strings on your purse early on, then it sets a really bad precedence for all your investing moving forward. So be more Scottish, be
Yeah,
tight.
be more Scottish. So you've got to work your number out and stick to that number with a bit of leeway either side. Don't miss a deal that's for a couple £100, basically.
Yeah,
But try and stitch your number as much as you can. Okay,
yeah,
another one I like is the offering an odd number on a deal. So rather than just a round number, 85 grand, 120 grand, is you offer something like 87,550, right? So it looks like you've worked it out to the penny.
yeah.
And we actually, Caroline actually does. She takes it to an extreme example. She actually puts pennies in. So I think when we did Stafford Street, then you offer like
730.
333 pounds and 33 pence or something.
£733, yeah, 733,033.
Yeah,
But at that point, I wasn't really au fait with the fact that commercial operates a little bit differently.
yeah. So let's not go too extreme on it, but don't just make it round number. A round number makes it look like you plucked it out of the air.
Yeah,
Yeah, but if you offer an odd number, it looks like you've worked it out, and I think it just gives you a bit more, a bit more of a professional look with an agent. Because it looks like you've done your numbers to the penny. So that's something that works, really well for me. It's a good little
yeah.
hack. What about the offer that isn't an offer? That's one I like.
Yes, the offer that's not an offer. Ooh, the takeaway.
Well, it's the same